Welcome to our English learning podcast. I'm James, and I'm here with my fantastic co-host, Maria. How are you today, Maria?
Hi, James. I'm doing really well, thank you. I'm excited about today's episode. What's our topic for today?
Today is episode 28, and our topic is public speaking. It's something that many people find challenging, but it's also very important. We're going to share tips and maybe a few funny stories along the way.
Absolutely. Public speaking can make people feel nervous, and it's normal to have those butterflies in your stomach. I remember my first speech in school. I was so nervous that I forgot my own name for a moment.
That's hilarious. I think everyone has had a moment like that. I remember when I had to give a presentation in front of my class. I was so scared that I accidentally started talking about my pet cat instead of the topic.
Oh no, that's so funny. But, that could actually help make a speech more interesting. Sometimes adding a personal story can connect you with the audience better.
That's a great point. Personal stories can make your talk more relatable. So, Maria, what do you think is the first step to becoming a better public speaker?
I believe the first step is to practice. The more you practice your speech, the more comfortable you will feel. Even famous speakers practice many times before they go on stage.
Exactly, practice is key. You can practice in front of a mirror, record yourself, or even present to your friends and family. It's like rehearsing for a play, right?
Yes, and speaking of rehearsals, have you ever had a rehearsal that went completely wrong? I once practiced a speech and tripped over my own feet while trying to make a dramatic point.
That's a classic. I once practiced in front of my dog, and he just stared at me like I was crazy. I think he was judging my performance.
Dogs are great listeners, but they can be very honest judges. But back to practice, another helpful tip is to know your material well. If you are confident about what you're saying, it will show in your delivery.
Absolutely. Knowing your material helps reduce anxiety. It's like having a map for a journey. You wouldn't want to get lost while speaking, right?
Exactly. Plus, if you know your topic, you can handle questions from the audience better. Speaking of questions, how do you feel about audience questions during a speech?
I think audience questions can be a bit scary, but they can also be very engaging. It shows that people are interested in what you are saying. I once had someone ask me a question that completely threw me off, and I just ended up laughing it off.
That's a good strategy. Humor can help lighten the mood. If you make a joke about your surprise, it can actually make you seem more relatable.
Exactly, but sometimes it's also good to pause and think before answering. You don't need to rush. Taking a moment can help you gather your thoughts.
True. Another important tip is to pay attention to your body language. Standing tall and making eye contact can make you look more confident. It's like giving your audience a warm hug with your presence.
I love that idea. A warm hug is always nice. But what if you feel nervous and your hands start shaking?
That happens to many people. A good trick is to hold something like a pen or a note card. It gives your hands something to do, and it can help reduce shaking.
That's a clever tip. Sometimes just taking a deep breath before you start can help calm those nerves. It's like pressing a reset button.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about the power of storytelling. When you tell a story, it captures the audience's attention. Everyone loves a good story.
Yes, stories can make your speech memorable. I once heard a speaker tell a story about a lost shoe, and it kept everyone laughing. By the end, we all remembered the message he was trying to convey.
That's a perfect example. And using visuals can enhance your speech too. If you have slides or props, they can help keep the audience engaged. Just remember not to overload them with too much information.
Good point. Simple visuals can make a big impact. It's like adding icing to a cake. It makes it look better without overwhelming the flavor.
Exactly. And finally, I think it's important to enjoy the experience. If you're having fun, your audience will too. They want to see you enjoy what you're talking about.
That's so true. If you can smile and laugh, it creates a positive atmosphere. And remember, it's okay to be yourself on stage. Authenticity shines through.
Absolutely. So, to sum it all up, here are some key tips for public speaking. Practice regularly. Know your material. Use personal stories. Pay attention to body language. And most importantly, have fun.
Well said. Thanks for joining us today in our discussion about public speaking. We hope you found these tips helpful and maybe even a little entertaining.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our podcast. Let's keep the conversation going and help each other become better speakers.
Goodbye, everyone. Remember, you can do it, and we believe in you.
Yes, stay confident, keep practicing, and enjoy the journey of becoming a great speaker.